What's up, guys? I'm re-recording my video. That is why I look crazy right now. I didn't realize I had my webcam in the wrong spot, so no one could really see the stats on it. That's why I have anime hair right now, as you can see. Anyways, this is my great sword and dagger build that I've created for PvP. I don't know if it's amazing, if it's any good. It's something that I do know that works for me when I do play PvP. The idea behind it is singling out a target. Mainly, I go focus for any wand or staff users or backline people. Um, and by the way, I'm not an MMORPG player by any means. This is my second real MMORPG I'm playing. So if there's any critiquing that you guys have or anything that could make my build better, please let me know. I do know I need to work on my gear. It's not at the best it is at right now, so I am currently working on that. Is this the armor set I'm gonna stick to? I'm not sure. I know like some of them I am gonna stick to just because I am focusing on hit chance and critical hit chance for this build, as well as melee evasion and range evasion. Okay. So the weapons I got is the Licorice Wicked Thorns. It has Licorice Gale Blade as the passive. I think that's what that is. And then the stats are Wisdom, Perception, and Critical Hit Chance on it. And then the trait is Hit Chance. The next one is the Duke's Magnus Fury Warblade. The passive I think is what I think that's what that is. Duke's Magna Berserk, melee heavy attack, 95 for 6 seconds upon applying stun or shock with stunning blow. Um, and then the stats are dexterity and cooldown speed on it, trait, critical hit chance. I think this would be better if I did have hit chance on it. I can't put hit chance on it, but the next one I would have gone for is critical hit chance, anyways. So if you do build this, I think that you should go for hit chance and critical hit chance, and I don't know what the third trait I would go for yet. My stats I focus on is perception and dexterity. Um, just for better hit chance, better critical hit chance for this build. That's the idea behind this build. Is making sure you do hit your target with your binds, your proning, and your stunning, and then your big heavy attacks. Um, I'll show you guys my skill next here, what I have going on. So for me, this is what I started with when I did build this build is skills on how I wanted to work. So what I start with is Shatter Strike, which closes the distance on the target and binds the enemy. After they are binded, you want to use Ascending Slash. The reason why you use Ascending Slash is there's an 80% chance of inflicting prone on the enemy that is bound. Excuse me. Next, I use Will Breaker, which adds a weaken to the enemy's defense if melee, range, or magic, right? Or and magic, so it's all of them for 6 seconds, which is a long time. After that, I use a death blow for big dick damage right there. It applies more damage to anybody that is prone or bound, I believe. Prone, yes. So, and I'll talk more about why that is part of it. So, um, that's part of the skill specialization. After that, I go into a stunning blow. The stunning blow, it stuns the target, as the name says right there. Okay. Next, I go for Frost Cleaving, which is a bind, and also does a pretty good amount of damage actually, and I believe it hits twice too. And sometimes you can get a multiplier on it. And then I go into a stun, which is Devastating Smash. It also jumps and closes the distance on the target if they're trying to run away. Um, Next, I go for a Guillotine Blade because by that time they are stunned, and I hit them with a charge Guillotine Blade to be more specific. And if they are not dead at that point, you have Brutal Incision, which is a very good move. It applies increase of critical hit chance by 600% with a target remaining health of 50% or below. So that for sure should kill the target. If it doesn't, just use your precision dash if you have to. Now that's not really a move that you should go for to use for damaging, because I use that for actually binding the enemy and closing distance or getting away from the enemy. But that's not what I use my next set. So the full set I use is Shatter Strike, Ascending Slash, Will Breaker, Death Blow, Stunning Blow, Frost Cleaving, Devastating Smash, Guillotine Blade, and 2 Brutal Incision. That is the full set I use for stunning, damaging, and binding. Um, Now, after I have done that full set right there, I usually go into a camouflage cloak. You could start with this as well if you want, but I typically like to save it. The only time I do use it is if I see I'm getting targeted by multiple or about to get targeted. You can usually tell when they're all chasing you or start kind of getting close to you. But yeah, you should definitely use this beforehand if they are starting to chase you and if you see multiple. Because they do target. I notice a lot of greatsword and dagger users because of what we could do, which is fucking stunning them like crazy, right? And then the Da Vinci's Courage, that's for mainly for heals and health regen as well. It increases your max health. Okay. Um, so I'll talk about the skills by specializations here. So this is where I had it blocked off in the video, by the way, so you can't really see it. Um, so for precision dash, I use a bind for 80% chance of hitting the target with bind. And then shield block chance has an 80% chance to decrease the target's shield block by 30% for 4 seconds. And then effect duration increase, heavy attack duration increases by 1.5 seconds. For stunning blow, I have cooldown reduction, damage increase, which increases the damage with skill damage boost by 150% for the next skill that is used for within 5 seconds. And then I use skill hit chance increase by another 30%, so hit chance increase. Again, you want that hit chance increase pretty high. Death blow is what I have next. It's cooldown reduction and damage increase, so it adds damage to any prone targets of 30%. Da Vinci's Courage, I have damage reduction and recovers health for 200% of base damage plus 200. For Frost Cleaving, the only one I have is Frost Cleaving. Uh, this deals 405% base damage plus 78 to every enemy within 3 meters radius, and then deals additional damage to the same area after 1 second. If target is affected by Bind, Icebound, that which is the bind, by the way, that's Icebound. They take 527% plus 101 damage. So that's why I use Guillotine Blade after if they are binded, and typically they are. But anyways, Willbreaker, what I have for that is deals 100%. Oh, sorry, I was reading what it does. For damage area change, it does deals 100% of base damage to all enemies within a 3 meters radius area and applies weakens to decrease melee range magic defense by 450 seconds. 450 for 6 seconds. 450 seconds would be long, which would be awesome. Then I use evasion decrease. Upon hit, the target's magic melee range evasion decreases by 300%. That knocks down their evasion to help you get a better chance of hitting the target. I'm sorry, and it's not percent. It's just 300. Anyways, and the reason why I use for the damage area change is it has a better chance of hitting the target that is all around you. And let's say they like try to go behind you or dodge it or something like that. You will still do a full 360 and hit them. That's the idea behind that. Guillotine Blade, which is your ultimate move right there. I use the charge version of it. It deals 630% of base damage plus 80 damage, deals 819% of base damage plus 104 damage to collision prone or shock targets. The damage is amplified by 100% against monsters. On hit, it weakens the targets, decreases the incoming heals by 60% for 6 seconds. The damage increases up to 100% proportional to the charging time. That is why I use the charge. It is insane. If you're asking why I don't use charge for death blow, by the way, the charge takes a little too long. I usually like to use the full charge. You can cancel it out if you want. I mean, if you want to use that, go ahead, use that. It does apply more damage, but you're doing pretty good damage. You can skip the skill cooldown if you want for this, but I prefer the cooldown so I can have it back pretty quickly. I do use cooldown reduction as well for Guillotine Blade. So that's all the skills I use for the Great Sword. Okay. Next, the only thing I use in this is the Camouflage Cloak CC immunity. When using the skill, immunity against weaken, stun, petrification, sleep, silence, terror blind, and collision is added for 3 seconds. If you have CC already, it is not removed if you do use this. So don't think it's going to remove your CC, okay? Anyways, That's all I use. Okay, so I'll show you guys the screen again if you need to copy it. This one again, just camouflage cloak. All right, guys. You can pause the video, whatever you want to do right here. Okay, so that's what I have for. Oh, that's what I have for skills. Now the mastery. This is what I have going for this, and the reason why I went for the middle route is for the better melee hit chance. It's what I'm mainly focusing on. Plus 20, plus 60, as well as better stuns, base damage. Not worried too much about that. Mana regen and mana regen. Not really too worried about that. Ultimate impact, better stun chance. So all around, just a better hit chance, better stun chance. At the end of it, it does cool down speed by 5%, so that always helps. And I don't know if you can keep going further with it, but if I can, I'm gonna go for the face off next. Okay, so this just adds more damage to your skills, better melee critical hit chance, and better hit chance. And also applies at the end of it melee heavy attack hit chance, which is huge. Okay, so that's the next route I may go for if they do allow it. I'm not quite sure because I'm not that far yet. My daggers, I know it says poison, but the reason why I'm going for that is melee hit chance. Uh, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if this is the best route, but I do have melee critical hit chance down here. Maybe I should have gone for this, but I wanted that melee hit chance as well as the weaken chance. Okay. But this is the next route I'm going for is this assassination. I may go for a disguise too, just because it adds more defense and stuff like that. So, and immunity and better cooldown. But I think I'm going to focus mainly on these two right here. Okay, guys? Okay. So, that's my skills. I'll keep this on this screen right here for you guys to see. My game is stuttering for some reason. Oh, great. A disconnect. What we were talking about before is the skills and stuff. We just got done talking about that. The next part I want to talk about is the passives right here. The passives I use is Robust Constitution, which increases 1070 max health and 40 health regens. Um, then after that, I use Vital Force, which increases magic, melee, range, hit chances by 1.62, and then skill damage boost by 0.27, and stun chance by 0.425 per 100 of max health. All these stats can increase, by the way, for the passives as long as you upgrade them. And that's also good for the skills. Make sure you upgrade them. They're very important. What you really want to go for is all purples. As you can see, I don't have them all purple. I am still grinding in the damn game. So after that, I use Cold Warrior. Increases magic, melee, range, heavy attack chances by 228 against shocked or stunned targets. Increases magic, melee, range, critical hit chances by 105. Better hit chances. You know, better stuns, better crits, all that. Um, Now, after that, I use Raging Fury, increases skill damage boost by 80 when 3 or more targets are within the 5 meters, I want to say millimeters, 5 meters radius, okay? Um, Typically, that does happen when you're in an arena. Very rarely, everybody's pretty separated. But, anyways, if that is the case, you do have a better chance, especially when, or you have a better skill damage boost right there. Is that the best one to use? I'm not sure. It's just what I think currently is the best. You could use any of these right here, which increases your damage taken. Um, you know what I'm saying, or mobility, whatever you want to use. This is just, I think it's pretty good though if you can boost your damage if they're in a 5 meter radius. Anyways, after that, I use Shadow Walker. It uses using a mobility or movement skill increases damage by reduction by 14 and increases range and magic evasion by 600 seconds for 6 seconds, or 600 for 6 seconds. After that, use Wrathful Edge, increases critical damage by 12.6%. Then Assassin's Instinct, magic melee range critical hit chances increased by 146. And then dealing damage with Invictus Morale, dealing damage with a skill restores 9 health and 19 mana. Does it make a big difference? No, but it can make a difference. For the melee, for the block, I use Block Blade. It defends against attacks on defending against a Fury attack while stationary. 420 mana regenerates on defending against a Fury attack with 0.5 seconds. Block Blade changes to Poison Dagger for 3 seconds. Wrath attacks can be defended. Using with directional buttons to defend against enemies while moving 4 meters to the designated direction for 0.5 seconds. Become stealth for 3 seconds to make yourself unable to be targeted. It increases mana regen by 1050 after defending against Fury or Wrath attacks. Block Blades changes to Poison Daggers. The first attack while stealth is critical hit. Stealth ends when you attack or morph. Anyways, and I don't use poison, so I'm not going to read the next part. So that's why I use that in comparison to this. This is also pretty good. I'll read that if you guys want it. I'll read this. It defends. So the next one you can use is Iron Point Parry. Defense against attacks increases skill damage boost by 11% for using within 5 seconds after defending it against a Fury attack while stationary. Deals damage against a 280% base damage plus 93 to targets within attack range. And Iron Parry Point changes to Murderous Draw on defending against a Fury attack with 0.5 seconds. Deals damage with an 80% chance to stun the target for 3 seconds. Targets immune to stun or shock for 6 seconds. Wrath attacks can't be defended. Use with the directional buttons to defend against attacks while moving 4 meters to designated direction for 0.5 seconds. Upon defending against Fear or Wrath attack, charging draw is activated for 3 seconds. Murderous Draw deals damage equal to 350% against base. I'm sorry, let me read that again. Deals damage equal to 350% of base damage plus 116 with targets within a 4-meter radius. Charging Draw charges at targets dealing 150% of base damage plus 50. On attack increases magic, melee, range, and heavy attack chances for 150. Okay, and those are the stats below. You can better that if you do upgrade it. That is also not a bad choice. They're both very good. I just prefer Block Blade. Okay, so anyways, I'll show you guys what the skills look like when it's working in the chain. Okay, so again, the last 3, those are just kind of like a assist essentially for my character. So this is what this looks like. Okay, so we go in with Shatter Strike, Ascending, then we go Will Breaker, Death Blow, Stunning Blow, then we do the Frost and Cleave, then we go into the Devastating Smash, 2 Guillotine Blade, Brutal Incision, and then we cloak. When we cloak, we're waiting for our cooldowns. You can also use your Da Vinci's Courage while you are cloaked as well, just so you guys know. Okay, so now when I'm out of the cloak, which you see most of my cooldowns are already back, the only ones that won't be back is Devastating Smash, which is fine though because they will be bind. I'll do this again, but now I'll do it a little bit slower for you guys. So Shatter Strike first, 2 Ascending Slash, which adds a prone, Will Breaker for the weaken, then we do Death Blow for big damage. Oh, I messed that up. You want to do Stunning Blow, then the Cleave, by the way. And 2, the Devastating Smash, 2 Guillotine Blade. Okay? Brutal Incision at the end, which adds damage, extra damage at the end, to anybody that's 50% health or less. Okay? And now, when I use this, I use it either to get away, or I use it to bind the target. It doesn't matter how you use it. It just depends on the situation there of why. Anyways, so that's how that works right there. We'll do it one more time. Bind, prone, weaken, damage, stun, bind and damage, then a stun, then a charge damage, then a crit damage, and then we cloak. And if you need to heal, you can heal while cloaked. And that's how that works. And again, if you use the precision dash, you can use it to also bind targets or close distance or get away. Okay, so that's how I run my PvP build. Let me know what you guys think of my build. Again, not an MMORPG player. This is just using common sense for what I think would be best for my build, for everything working together. I worked on skill first, and then I worked on gear, or weapon then gear. is how I did it. And then for the skill specialization, that's when I decided to upgrade that once I figured out what the skill was. Okay. If there's anything that you think would be a better choice, let me know. Um, this build, just a reminder, is for singling out a target, mainly wand users and staff users. Okay. Anyways, guys, thank you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.